to the Concern podcast, where we unpack political, socio-economic, and cultural stories shaping our world. I am Emmanuel Taban. Now, the Senior Presidential Envoy on special programs, who also doubles as the daughter to the President of the Republic of South Sudan, Honorable Adut Salva Kiir, is in South Africa for a high-level engagement with the South African government on different issues. She left the country, I think, she left South Sudan about a couple of days ago, and now she is in South Africa engaging with top government officials on major issues. Now in this video, I'll try to explain to you why Adut Salva Kiir is in South Africa meeting with government officials and having a high-level engagement with the government of South Africa. And you know, so many people have called out this move done by the Senior Presidential Envoy, and majority of them are saying on whose capacity is Adut Salva Kiir engaging with the government of South Africa. She's not the Vice President of South Sudan. She's not a member of the cabinet, like a minister. She is just an advisor to the president or an envoy to the president who shouldn't have those much powers to actually engage with the government of South Africa. So many people are saying the engagement that Adut is in today should have been the Minister of Foreign Affairs, should have been the Vice President and other top government officials, not a presidential envoy. And that is the argument that so many people are coming. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why Adut Salva Kiir is in South Africa engaging with the government of South Africa, but also why she is within her right as an envoy to go and engage the government of South Africa. Now, if you follow Adut closely on her social media handles, especially on Facebook, she's posted about it. Her meeting with South Africa has been posted on her Facebook page, where she first met the Vice President or the Deputy President of South Africa, that is His Excellency Paul Matasile, and you can see some pictures here. Of Adut being taken walk on, and also meeting some of the South African National Congress leaders, especially women veterans. And she also met the former South African president, His Excellency Thabo Mbeki, as you can see in this picture here. Now, as I said, that in this video I'm going to let you know about the reasons why Adut Salva Kiir is in South Africa. Now, one of the reasons that Adut is in South Africa is because they are discussing with the government of South Africa so many issues. One, they're discussing on issues to do with mining, on how these two countries can actually do better in terms of mining, and South Sudan being a country endowed with lots of minerals and resources. Perhaps South Sudan is looking for a partner that they can actually enhance all these resources extraction from the country and how it can benefit the people in South Sudan. Now, the other reason why Adut is also in South Africa is they are discussing issues to do with tourism, and they are discussing also issues to do with oil and gas and areas in other sectors, agriculture and other sectors. Now, this is a very important move for a country like South Sudan that has been relying majorly on oil as its revenue. 90% of South Sudan economy is dependent on oil extraction, and therefore there is always this need for the country to diversify its economy, and this can be done when there is much efforts put on the tourism sector. There is much efforts put on realizing the potential of the agricultural sector, when there are much efforts put on other sector, the transportation and all this. So I think an engagement of Adut Salva Kiir with the government of South Africa, a top African country and a major African economy like South Africa, it's a very great move, because perhaps they will look at issues ways on how the two countries can engage on on this area so that the economy of South Sudan get diversified. I know there are people who have in their mind that Adut might have gone there to meet the government of South Africa on their personal issues, but I would never reject that as well. But I feel that the reasons that I stated there, if indeed these are the reasons that she went for, then they are very good reasons. They are good for the economy of South Sudan. There's nothing that the country needs right now than the economy needs right now than the diversification of the economy. So if you have a government that is willing to engage other governments or other countries on issues to do with mining, on issues to do with tourism, on issues to do with agriculture, I think this is a very good move because the economy of the country needs to be diversified. We don't have to rely much on oil or much on gas, so that when an incident happens, such like the one in Sudan, the country's economy will be at risk. It is high time the government of South Sudan diversified its economy for the better of the country. Now, another reason as well why Adut Salva Kiir Mayardit is in South Africa is that they are looking to establish a direct flight between the two countries, where you can have a flight flying direct from Pretoria or in Johannesburg direct to Juba, and so from Juba to South Africa. And this is a very good move, one, because it will help things to do with medical issues. For instance, South Africa is a far better country than most of African countries, including South Sudan, and therefore so many people, when they have serious sicknesses, they fly to South Africa. So to enhance that, I mean, the government of South Sudan through Adut Salva Kiir are trying to establish an agreement on how they can actually establish a direct flight from South Sudan to South Africa and other way around. And this is also as well a good move, I feel. It's going to ease like transportation between, or air transport between the two countries. Now, these are some of the reasons why Adut Salva Kiir is meeting the government of South Africa and meeting Deputy President Paul Matasile, who is also an envoy of South Africa to South Sudan. So, and the reason as well why I'm saying that Adut Salva Kiir is within her right to engage the government of South Africa is because she is a special or a senior special government envoy or presidential envoy. Now, this role in the real sense of the name or the meaning, if you are a presidential envoy on special programs, so what are you supposed to be doing? I mean, the special programs could be one that, you know, if you're an envoy, you can easily be sent to represent the president on issues that he should have been there directly. And that's exactly what Adut Salva Kiir is doing. Perhaps that visit to South Africa should have been the president of the Republic of South Sudan, but because maybe for some reasons he couldn't, and therefore he tasked Adut Salva Kiir to go and represent him, which is not bad. She's acting within her right. I don't think there are specifics on the roles that Adut is supposed to play. Being a special program, I mean, that is a very broad word that includes things that Adut is doing right now. So I don't see anything bad at all with Adut meeting the government of South Africa, being a government's presidential special envoy on special programs. So I feel that Adut acted within her rights, within her role to go and meet the government of South Africa. I know so many people are not okay with that, but that is the truth of the matter. She is a presidential envoy, and envoys worldwide, they represent the president on very high engagements with different governments. So that is my take on that issue. So thank you so much. Until next time, I am Emmanuel, and this is the Concern Podcast.